and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we'll do call to order roll call, starting on my left.
Councilperson Brent Byer.
Time out.
Oh,
Left.
that's to the left.
My other left.
Why don't you do that?
Let's see if they're paying attention to that.
Councilperson Jeremiah Alden.
Councilperson Craig Anderson.
Mayor Jimmy John King.
Councilperson Dick Updegraff.
Councilperson Brent Byer.
All right, there we go. Now we got the accounts payable.
He did.
No, wait a second, what am I doing here? What's that doing up there? Oh,
Yeah, they just got put in there.
time out, time out. I'm not paying attention now. Approval of tonight's agenda.
Nothing formal, just some, I guess you'd call them show and tell items up there for you to present during your report. So.
Okay. Anybody up here got anything? All right, looking for motion to approve tonight's agenda. Second.
Second. Oh, okay.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. That'll take us to approval of council meeting minutes of May 22nd, 2018. Any additions or changes anybody sees there?
Move approval.
Motion approved. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries. Now we'll go to finance and budget. Accounts payable and the additional listing is there for anyone that has any questions. They can ask Finance Director Barb. Nobody has any questions or anything? I'd look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries. That'll take us to general business. Tonight, the first item of general business is a GIS contract with WSB. During the 2018 budget session, discussion was held regarding hiring or contracting an inspector GIS specialist, and approximately $70,000 was set aside. Discussion was once again held during the March council workshop. City Administrator Schimmel, Finance Director Neubauer, Public Works Director Hale, and City Clerk Rader reviewed and or interviewed the following firms for contracted GIS service. Short, Elliott Hendrickson, WSB and Associates, Dude Solutions, WSN, Bolton and Mink. Staff is requesting council approve the WSB contract for GIS services. You can see the attached, you can see what they're offering, what they're going to provide, and their price.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
We have a motion to approve the contract for GIS services with WSB and Associates for $25,500, with one half of the funding from the street fund and the remaining half from the enterprise fund. We have that motion. We have a second.
Second.
Now, if anyone has any questions or anything they'd like to discuss before we vote, Matt's here from WSB. He could answer them if you have anything you need to find out. All right, if everyone's satisfied with what they see,
So how long is this, did it say in here, what's the how long it's gonna take to do all this?
this is for 1 year, correct, Matt?
1 year?
I got it.
Yeah, you can stand up there.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, and members of the council. It's good to be here. So the agreement that we put together is just a quick run through on the timing is if things go smoothly tonight, we'd start communicating already with Sean tomorrow with respect to getting the locates in place. Probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we could already start doing some of our work, coming off the field and the field work. The thought process was this could take anywhere from 6 months maybe to a year, and it depends upon us getting our information together, going through it with staff, making sure that things made sense. There's a quality control piece that we do internally as well as the staff that we do joint or together. And then when we've got the GIS, the program up and running, and we've got it live, we'll do a beta test with the city, part of our quality control, and then from there we'll do some in-house training. And at that point, hopefully we're not approaching a year. I'd like to think we could be done before that, but the cost, part of the cost takes through 1 year of after we get it set up and run. Then you have the 1 year subscription, we'll say, that we host through an Amazon website too that we host. So that part of it is 1 year. But as far as getting something online and usable, I think that we can be quite a bit quicker.
Does that help a bit?
Yep, I was curious.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. So we have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for doing that. All right. Next item under general business is the capital equipment. Replace Kubota mower with a, is that Altas? Altos mower. The Finance Committee and Public Works Committee had met and reviewed the proposed purchase for 2018, which included replacing the zero-turn Kubota mower with a more appropriate mower once the city started taking over the maintenance of ponds. Since the council approved the stormwater maintenance policy, staff has been researching mowers that could be universal in their usage. Staff contacted local dealers regarding the type of mower needed for ponds and wet area, and they did not have such type of equipment as needed. Public Works staff has been able to demo an Altos mower with a Ventrac and a Ventrac mower. Staff recommended the Altos mower with a finish cut mower deck and a rough cut mower deck. The ability to use either deck will give us the capability to mow the edges of the ponds, the paths, the wet areas, and the parklands. The cost of this piece of equipment is $20,000, $961.42. And it would be purchased from funds in the Stormwater Fund and the Public Works Fund. Public Works Equipment, excuse me. Council action requested is to approve or deny the purchase of the Altos mower with both decks for $20,961.42 from Runs Right Power Equipment in Harmony, Minnesota. Questions or discussion?
Mayor,
Yes.
Sean, we'd like to make a slight revision to this if
Okay.
possible.
The one we demoed has, and the one he did, does not have the power lift deck. And we feel working in the pond areas where you're gonna run into stuff, you're going to be raising that up and down as we would like to add the power lift to it. But I thought, I didn't catch that it wasn't part of this from the beginning. I spoke to him, his cost only on it, he'll do it for cost, which is $600 for the cylinder, the hydraulics to do that, and then he'll install it for nothing. So they say. So that would add $600 to the cost of it. And also, he will take trade-ins, and our Kubota mower would be traded in possibly, but he hasn't been able to look at it because it's been down getting repaired. And since we demoed it, we haven't got it back yet. So we will consider that as part of what he'll get us for trading that, or we'll sell it outright on public surplus.
21,000.
No, that'll put it approximately 21.6, 21.5, somewhere in there.
21,561.
There you go.
So you're saying it's 21.5 minus what we can get on trade-in, basically?
Correct. He did say he would look at that and trade it, but because we didn't have the
There's no
machine, it was
guarantee.
down at the time, he didn't get a chance to look at it and give us a price.
Okay.
Any other questions or discussion?
Move approval.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We got seconds everywhere. Motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That will carry. Thank you. Olmsted County Equipment Agreement. Attached, you'll find the annual equipment agreement is submitted by Olmsted County. This agreement covers equipment operators the city would need to use them. Public Works Supervisor Hale is recommending approval of the contract. Council action would be to approve the agreement as submitted by Olmsted County. Basically hasn't changed a whole lot from last year, has it?
Just a few dollars.
I can't think of the last time we used them. But it's nice to know if something happens and we need it.
So you have the grader come in once in a while, don't you?
Not that when we go through works.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Cool. All right, so we're looking for a motion to approve the agreement.
I'll make that motion.
Second, Second. Second. There you go. You okay? Keep going. Motion and a second. Any other discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carry also. I'll take us to the next item, which is the 2018 election judges. Looking for approval of election judges. As you are aware, the 2018 election process is underway. Jesus. Somebody's looking for a raise, isn't he?
Bill?
Yeah. We will be holding a primary election on August 14th, general election on November 6th at the Civic Center. There's been a change in the party balance law where there only needs to be at least 2 election judges in each precinct affiliated with different major parties. The judges are required to attend a 2-hour training session with head judges attending 3 hours along with special nursing home training. 2018 election judges are listed. We got them all there. We got a head judge, Cheryl Rader,
What is the nursing home training?
for going up to the nursing home and getting them to vote.
Yeah, there's special training because they don't always understand the ballot, and there's certain rules, and, you know, so that we don't talk about Craig versus Dick and that kind of stuff, just common sense. I do have a change on the election judges. Jan Antonson has moved out of town, and she was still willing to help us, but the city of Yoda got caught of wind of that she's very good, and so they're stealing her from me. So today I kind of scrambled, and I'd like to replace her name with Brian Bushman.
All right. Noted. Filings for council positions will be July 31st through August 14th. So the council action requested is to approve resolution 2018 a resolution approving election judges for the 2018 primary and general elections.
I'll move to approve with the change in the names from Atkinson to Bushman.
All right. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
A second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That'll carry. And that takes us out of general business, and that puts us at the mayor's staff consultant reports. Tonight, the city of Stewartville would like to send their sympathies out to the families of Sam Pila, Annette Sackett, Lorraine Schmidt, Lorraine Carter, Bruce Thompson, Myrtle Jepkes, Ken Willers, Bob Scaron, Bert Stiles, Judy Disted, Jenny Lethen, and Merrill Pickett, and George Lally. Long list, but now we're gonna send our congratulations out to a couple, a long-time upstanding couple of our city. They've been mayor, he's been council person, he's been a business person forever. Him and his wife have helped out many families in this town through a tough time. And that's Larry and Jerry Gray. Is their 70th wedding anniversary today. And another happy item is a happy belated birthday to our city engineer, Jenna. Did you get some time off, or were you busy watching all of our projects?
I got some time off.
Good, glad to hear it.
23.
No, I'm a little.
You never ask a lady how old she is. But,
I have been out of college for a little while.
Sorry.
Just a little
this,
while.
this year's house turns 25. They will be holding an open house to celebrate their 25th anniversary on June 24th from 2 to 5 p.m. There's going to be a benefit for Dale Meldal on June 23rd. If you check the Star, it gives details. They got a lot of stuff going on that day. And I'm going to send a big congratulations out to the Stewartville High School Spring Sports entrance. They had entrance from the golf teams, the tennis teams, the track team, and the trap shooting. They had a big turnout this year. And the storm is coming to Stewartville again, July 16th through the 20th. If you or someone you know could use some help, please give them a call. They're willing to do almost anything. You look in the Star, you'll have more information. I received one of these in the mail. I don't know if other council, Jeremiah said he did. We all did. They invited the council to come out, picnic with them when it's time, if we'd like to. And then I'd also like to, Memorial Day, we did you guys helped, you did the resolution, and we gave a proclamation and resolution of the Purple Heart. Sturfield became a Purple Heart city, which these will be hung on the entrances to town, not the big wooden signs, but our city Sturfield signs for all to see. We're honoring the Purple Heart vets of our community in the other area. We've got certificates of appreciation from the city of Stewartville, from the Stewartville Lions Club, in appreciation of the invaluable services and cooperation extended. And this one's been presented to Mayor Jimmy John King by the Stewartville Lions. So thank you for both of them, city of Stewartville in that one. And then tomorrow, Mike and I will be up at the Government Center, where we'll be doing a proclamation for the city of Stewartville for National Night Out. They're going to be doing area cities, Rochester and all the Olmsted County communities, they'd like them to be there. Do a big blowout on the National Night Out program coming up in August. So that's all I have for tonight.
August 7th.
Huh?
August 7th.
Yeah, that's when the National Night will be August 7th. All right, that's it for me. That takes us to city administrator's report.
Reports in your packet, and really the only thing to highlight is, this part tied in with the EDA, they're hosting a community forum on the community survey. So that'll be next Tuesday over at the Civic Center, starting at 6 p.m. And it's open to the public, and of course the council's all invited if you wish to attend.
Any questions for our administrator?
Bill, I have a question. Do we have an update on how many pool passes and et cetera we've had this year so far?
No,
We've
because
been selling passes like mad the last 2 years, I don't have a present count.
and we switched it down to pool, so we'll have to combine the ones we started selling up here, and then we'll get the numbers from down there, and we'll be able to report that back to you.
The only other question I had on pool is that we, I don't know who raised rates, the city or the pool raised rates in the concession.
We try to stay, pretty close with what our costs are. There's just it's a pretty small margin, but.
Well, I just think $1 for a little thing of slushies gets to be, I'd rather be more family friendly and kid friendly than raising rates for concessions. I mean,
Yeah, have you gotten some concerns? Only because over the past 6 or 7 years, there doesn't appear to be a lot of feedback that we've gotten negative-wise for it, so
Yeah,
we do need to know as we set those.
What were they before?
it was like 50 cents. I realize it's 50 cents, but
Well, I just didn't know what they were. I don't swim.
I
Yeah.
heard some stuff over the weekend too,
Okay.
that, if it's gonna be $1, it should be a bigger
I mean, I just-
container thing than.
I didn't know, I wasn't aware that the raised rates, and when I was there, some poor kid that has 50 cents, because that's what it's been forever, and they go up and they can't get nothing.
Size glass, say about glass
Yeah,
like this
we'll
size
take
now.
a look.
Smaller than that.
Smaller than that.
No, we'll
I
take
mean,
a
I
look.
just rather have it so it's more, they're paying money to get in, I just don't like, per se fleecing the families once they pay $4 to get in, like, I'd rather have the kids get treats than not get treats.
We can take a look. We can talk with Cheryl down there.
Yeah, we'll
see
look
what's-
at it.
see what's up.
She tries to watch the budget, try to stay current with what our costs
See where
are.
we're at.
And
see
if
if
there
we-
is a desire
if we go to a
to
bigger
somewhat
class.
subsidize that,
Yeah.
that's what we need to
You
do.
think that'd be sense? Is it the idea, we'd like a bigger glass for a buck, or we'd
I
like
do.
it back to 50 cents
No,
for
I
what
just
it was?
think it was nice.
No, I
And
know
I
what
think
you're
other
saying.
people thought it was nice that it would, by the time you pay to get in, you could get it, the kids could get a treat, and it was pretty reasonable.
Yep, but would they be happier with a bigger glass for a buck, or back
I
to 50
think go
cents?
back
for-
to the
Go back to-
cheaper 50 cents, so they could get 2 things or something. That slushy stuff is so cheap that,
We were losing money.
We can have a visit.
then she needs to look at, because we,
Bernie Sanders.
it's like,
We'll check it.
Bernie Sanders just came to court. Giving away everything for free. Share everything.
yeah.
I just think it's nice for the kids and families.
Yep, we'll take a look into it then. Thanks for bringing it up.
We don't want them dumping it.
Right. Yeah, you don't wanna make it where they don't buy any because it's too high price, so then you actually defeat the purpose. Just take a look at it. You can visit with Cheryl. I haven't heard anything, Brett, so I didn't know. All right, thank you. How about that population data thing?
Yeah, just good to see that our numbers, according to the state demographer, keep showing those little increases, but increases nonetheless. And so it's nice to see the growth happening here.
All right, that puts us at 6,277 as of April 1st, 2017, correct? All right. Finance Director Barb.
I have nothing to report.
All right, any questions for Finance Director? All right, thank you. Public Works Director Sean?
I got the report in on time this week, so it's in there. And the signs on the outskirts of town, you can see the pillars are up on the eastbound or east side of town. He will finish the cap on that. He's got to fill up with cement, and then he's going to do them both at the same time. Now he's doing the block work on the one on the west side of town, and they should be finished up within a week, and we can get the new signs up.
Sign at dump is gone, did you know that?
What's that?
The sign at the dump's gone, at the,
A new one?
We just opened up today.
okay, cause I was there this weekend, there's nothing there.
There's a brand new one we got.
Okay.
We had
So-
post cemented in,
Okay.
and it got hung up today. It says Stewartville brush and dump disposal, or compost disposal, Stewartville residents only.
Okay, thank you.
So,
I'll check it out.
no.
All right, any other questions for Public Works Director Hale? If not, thank you, and thank the guys for all you stay on top of here getting this done. Thank you very much. We got the May wastewater reports in there. Drying beds are all working, or all getting filled up and trying them out, or?
Yeah, it's great weather.
Yeah, that helped a lot of things. All right, that takes us to the city engineer's report. Project status report is in there. Do you have any questions for city engineer, or do you have anything else to report on?
I did get a update from Andy about the amphitheater project, and survey's completed. They're working on the grading plan for it, so progress is being made on that one too, but that one's not included in your status
So,
report.
are they paving out the well yet, or?
Luella will be paved tomorrow,
Okay,
as well as the final lift for last year's CIP project.
good. Good.
How many things were found on the walkthrough from last year?
A lot,
A lot.
good page and a half.
All right, any other questions for city engineer? All right, thank you, Jenna. No library director, fire chief's report tonight.
We had 47 runs last month, 32 medicals, 15 fire related. Currently, medical-wise, we are 12 runs above our average or our call volume last year, and we are 110 man-hours above where we were last year. So, counting how many people go on the calls, how long they're there, like I said, we're 12 calls above last year's call volume and 110 staff hours above where we were last year for EMS calls. We don't have the numbers for fires quite yet, but we're working on those numbers. This month's training was emergency vehicle operations, so half the department went through that last week. They're all driving a confidence course with slalom, alley dock, and then also a diminishing clearance so that everybody's comfortable driving the trucks, knowing how to drive them, where all the emergency equipment is and stuff like that on it. Had an issue with Facebook, had a couple issues with Facebook for some of our staff members. We're currently drafting a policy on that. Had a discussion at the meeting to address those issues. We've had a couple issues with driving complaints with younger members driving from their home to the station. We're addressing those issues as they come up. A couple things we're doing on the trucks. The intakes for the pumps on truck or engine 1 and engine 2 are right around 20 years old. They're starting to leak a little bit, which is creating some problems for us to get a draft going out in the rural environment. Both the primary engineer and one of the lieutenants looked at them. There's really not a service kit for them, so we're replacing those intakes on all those engines. The good thing about those intakes is if we ever replace those engines, they come off, that appliance comes off the truck, goes on to another truck. So it's not like we're spending money that's going to go away if we get rid of the trucks anytime soon. So those are going to be there. Outside the fire department, going to the Fire Department Relief Association, they approved 2 purchases last night. So this is out of charitable gambling, 2 donations they're going to give to the city. One is the Relief Association is buying CPR mannequins for the fire department. We're coming up currently with a plan on how we're going to use those. We will obviously use them for recertification of our staff, but we're also looking at providing CPR to citizens and then also to businesses sometime in the future, once we develop the plan on how to implement those. And then the last thing we're purchasing out of the charitable gambling funds is 3 years ago we bought a battery-powered extrication set. So we got the cutter and the spreader, but we do not have a ram. We currently have a hydraulic ram with our hydraulic set of tools. So to complete this set, we bought a hydraulic ram so that we have 2 fully complete sets of extrication tools so that we can work independent at 2 separate crashes, or you can have 2 extrication teams going on 1 large crash at the same time with all the tools they need with that. And that's it.
Any questions or comments for Chief?
Lance, Thursday, are you gonna have trouble with that? I just threw the grapevine, a little bird up in the sky or whatever. But anyway, I just heard that, that as soon as the houses and the podines quit, that you're gonna have problem with.
To what we've been talking about for the last 3 years at the council retreats, yes. We will not have daytime coverage once they leave. So that's the issue that I brought up at the last 3 retreats.
So you're not training anybody?
There's no one in town.
No one?
Nope.
Here's your chance, Dick.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the issue, this is the issue that we've been talking about for the last 3 years is our primary coverage during daytime is Steve Denny, Mike, Mark, Ryan, and Josh. Obviously, Ryan and Josh will still be around, and Greg House. Now we have intermittent coverage with Aaron Jones, Lisa Jelinek, Justin Lonian. I'm trying to think of someone else that's around. Tom, intermittently, but it's not consistent. So once we lose the Podines, Greg House, and Steve Denny, there is a high probability that we will not have daytime coverage. And that's what I've been talking to the council about the last 3 years is we've got to address this. They can go anytime they want. I'm not sure what the council's appetite is for addressing this, but there is no one in town that's working in town that's available to respond to medicals or to fires.
So did you get any answers or?
Lots of answers.
Just questions.
No, yeah, lots of opportunities. Just we're gonna have to pay for it. It's gonna cost us money. I mean, we can do a duty crew concept where we pay people to come and sit in the station, 8 to 5 or whatever we want to. Try to hire kids from like Riverland through the Mayo paramedic program and stuff like that. Have them respond not only to emergencies, but also give them other duties like truck maintenance, station maintenance, hydrant maintenance. Maybe we could work with, depending on what the union contract is and stuff like that. There's different things that we can do, but it's going to cost us money. So, we're not going to, the volunteer capacity during the day is just not here. So we're going to have to figure out some way to hire someone to be here.
Does, when you talk about Riverland, some of that, they have to have some on-the-job training for part of their courses? I mean, could you get them as student trainees or?
No, they're not required to by any means.
Okay.
So it's really what we'd be looking at is hiring basically college kids to come and do a certain amount of work during the day, respond to calls and stuff like that. So, and the question is, we just have to talk about what level of risk do we want to accept as a fire department or as a city. You can get by with one first responder down there, because most times county sheriff's going, Gold Cross is going. It's really just, stabilizing the patient until Gold Cross gets there. Same thing with the fire. I mean, we can run with 1 or 2 guys in a fire truck somewhere, do exterior attack, but they just can't do interior rescue or anything like that. It's really talking about what type of risk we want to take as a city and what we're willing to pay for, what type of level of coverage we want.
So this little bird that flew over tell you when this is going to happen to?
Yeah, like I said, we talked about the last 3 retreats. It's not what we have to talk about.
Okay, so then we better get serious about that.
Well,
He doesn't listen to
better anyway.
Yeah. All right, any other questions or concerns for Chief? Thanks, Vance, thanks for all that. Okay, that takes us to committee, commission, and board reports. The first one's Chamber of Commerce, the e-newsletter's in there. No one from the chamber here tonight. A lot of information packed into that one this time, because we got Summerfest information in there coming up. They had the movies in the park already, and there's networking coming up, so read through it. You're invited to a lot of that stuff if you want to attend. EDA, HRA, we got the CETA updates in there.
Roundtable and meeting next week.
That's correct. It is next week, isn't it? Over at the Civic Center.
Yep.
Public's invited, as always. They do got a couple shots in there of the River Dental groundbreaking and the Sprouts Child Care Early Education Center groundbreaking. Finance, nothing coming up. Okay. Library?
Nothing. Not here.
No, but that's for you, Dick, to be on the board.
Sorry, go on.
Park Board?
Had the park board, or park tour last night. They're gonna be putting in the new signs in the parks in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, as long as Public Works is caught up on stuff and, fall protection going in about park side. And crack filling on the tennis courts later this summer.
Out at Bear Cave.
Out at Bear Cave, yeah.
All right, thank you, Jeremiah. Personnel? Nothing right now. Planning and zoning?
Nothing.
Meeting next month.
Meeting next month.
All right. Public safety, Mike, you got a report?
Yeah, your reports are in the packet. I have May and April in there for comparison. We were down on some calls for the month of May. There weren't too many calls to note this past month, other than some suspicious activity at night, kind of in the parks. We've had a few vandalisms, so we've added some extra patrol. Guys are doing reports in the parking lots, things like that. I've talked to the neighborhood watch over in, off the lake shore, so some residents are aware of that. That time of year, just remember to lock up your vehicles, make sure your garage is closed. Don't be a victim of opportunity with your valuables. Talk about National Night Out, that's August 7th. Anyone can register a neighborhood or a party, and either the fire department or law enforcement will come out to you and say hello. You can do that through our non-emergency number 328-6800 and ask for Olmsted County Crime Prevention, and they can redirect you. One other highlight of the month, the 2100 district, which encompasses Rochester, Rochester Police Department, Olmsted County, and then State Patrol. We received an award for our Towards Zero Death traffic enforcement for our initiatives, which includes enforcement, education out at the schools, our social media blitzes, and then filling any sort of traffic enforcement grants. So that's an annual award that's given out, and there's 8 districts within Minnesota. So our district won it, so that's all I have.
Congratulations on that. Any questions for Mike?
Yeah. On these traffic stops, there was 82 of them.
Which month?
Is there any way that you can break that down so we know that speeding or, we can have a traffic stop, but that doesn't mean, I suppose they,
Unfortunately, we can't necessarily break down traffic stop by what the reason is for, but I can tell you the majority of the traffic stops are for speed in town. That being said, traffic stops can range anywhere from moving violations to equipment violations. But being in here during town, during the day most of the time, I'd say 75% are for speed related.
so it's 82 of them, is that kind of the average, or?
I would say between, 60 and probably 100 per month. And that just is based on our call volume. It could just be whatever's going on for that day. If someone is tied up for with a report, traffic is not usually the first thing that gets, that's the priority, I should say.
Any of these 22 suspicious ones, are they calls of a man in tennis shoes and shorts with a hairdryer staying alongside the street?
No, they're not.
Just one.
All right. Anything else, Dick?
That should do her.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Mike. Public Works? Nothing? All right. Roll call?
Nothing on this report or packet.
Stu 180? Nothing going on there. This is the one we've been waiting for months. Transit Advisory Committee.
We have not had a fourth quarter 2017 meeting or a first quarter 2018 meeting, so we have not met yet this year. I've got a call into Arlene to get a personal update, and she's going to get back to me. There's been some administrative personnel changes and a lot going on there, so I don't have any information other than their building is progressing. They're 1.5% over budget right now, so they're working on some revisions, but they're hoping to get it put out for bids on June 27th.
Is this a fancy way to say no report? Is that what this is?
Because it's like we haven't had a meeting, and you're going to be asking me, what, can you make it to a meeting? Here's what
Well, thanks for the information you gave us. It's more than we had. Thank you. All right, under communications, we got the Highway 63 I-90 interchange schedule. For anybody that's interested in that, there's some contact numbers in there you can talk to. Kind of lays out a little bit of their anticipated plan. And item B is the Rochester Airport Master Plan info. Tells you what they got up and what they're thinking and community involvement they'd like to see and stuff. So. And then we also have the SEM-LM July 2018, which, excuse me, is going to be at Kellogg. So if you'd like to go there, that'd be July 17th. Contact Laurel here and she can get you signed up for it. All right, that'll take us to the open mic policy. The City Council welcomes and encourages participation from community members. Please keep in mind that your comments must be pertinent to city business and must adhere to the data privacy rules. And remember, no employee's name may be used. Please do not expect action from the council this evening regarding your concerns. We also request that your comments be limited to 4 minutes. Speakers will be recognized once. At this time, we would ask anyone who would like to address the City Council to please step up to the podium and state your name and address. Anyone would like to use it? All right. But
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
hold off on a second. I would like to congratulate Alexander. He'll be going to Washington to represent us. He had one of the speeches at the Memorial Day program. It was a very nice speech. So thank you very much. So congratulations on that. Now, I'll take your motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
We got them all over again.
Good.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Adjourn.